What's up? My name is Gabe Pligas. I'm the founder of Default Kings, and we teach Christian entrepreneurs the biblical framework to lose 10 to 50 pounds and keep it off permanently. I own this company alongside my best friend and business partner, Joey Yoheim. And in this video, we're going to be going over, number one, who this is for. Number two, what exactly we do to get results like you see at defaultkings.com and like you'll see throughout the rest of this video. We'll also go over case studies and then how you can get started. Now, this is for you if you're a man who's stuck between 200 and 300 pounds. If you've tried keto and intermittent fasting or tried any other of the fad diets, but it just didn't stick. This is for you if you've lost weight in the past, but you keep falling off the wagon and gaining it back. This is for you if you are fully aware that it's the crappy food and the skipping the workouts that are keeping you stuck, but you just haven't been able to be consistent. And this is for you if you know that your body is the temple of God and you should honor it as such. But honestly, you've just deprioritized your health. And now you're finally ready to be lean, healthy, high energy, and set a good example for your family and everybody who looks to you as a leader. This is not for you if you're opposed to or offended by learning biblical truths. This is also not for you if you're currently still too prideful to admit that being overweight is a problem that affects your health, that affects your wealth, and that affects your relationships and more. And this is not for you if you're unwilling to take ownership and you're still blaming your circumstances for why you have gained the weight. Now, these are the 11 things that we do for our clients and how we helped Jonathan lose 66 pounds and see abs for the first time, how we helped Alex get results like these, how we helped Drew lose 119.8 pounds, how we helped Joel see abs for the first time after 40, and how we helped Gavin lose 32 pounds in 12 weeks while parenting 5 kids and running multiple businesses. Now, the first thing we do is we give you the default actions biblical framework. Okay. What that means is we help you change your default actions so that you can finally be consistent enough to lose the fat and actually keep it off. Your default actions are the habits that you default to when you're tired, bored, stressed, at the end of the night, when circumstances change, or even just mindlessly. They might include the late night snacking, right? The overeating, the having a sweet tooth. You might feel like I'm calling you out right now. And that's because I am. It might include skipping workouts or over drinking alcohol. It might include just never prioritizing time for yourself. It might include going off the rails on the weekends. It might include going off the rails during the holidays. It might include going off the rails when you travel. It might include not weighing yourself because you know you won't like what you see. That's one of the more common, subtle ones. It might include eating the kids' snacks when they're laying around the house. It might include wasting valuable time that you could spend working out, just mindlessly scrolling on your phone. And there are a bunch of other things, but these are the things that you know you shouldn't do, but you do them anyway, your default actions. It's a very similar idea to what Paul is talking about in Romans 7, 15 through 20, where it says, I do not understand what I do. For what I want to do, I do not do, but what I hate, I do. And if I do what I do not want to do, I agree that the law is good. As it is no longer I myself who do it, but it is sin living in me. For I know that good itself does not dwell in me, that is, in my sinful nature. For I have the desire to do what is good, but I cannot carry it out. For I do not do the good I want to do, but the evil I do not want to do, this I keep doing. Now, if I do what I do not want to do, it is no longer I who do it, but it is sin living in me that does it. Now, ask yourself how familiar that sounds when it comes to your unhealthy default actions, right? Like you want to be the guy who's disciplined, who's consistent, who takes care of his body and honors his body and gives that example to people who are looking at him of discipline and drive. But for some reason, we can't get ourselves to do it consistently, right? We don't want to be the guy who's overeating, who is sabotaging his health, who is not being disciplined, but we do it anyway, right? Similar idea to what Paul's talking about here. Now, the good thing is the Bible tells us how to change our behavior so that we can finally be consistent. Okay, Romans 6:6 says this, for we know that our old self was crucified with him so that the body ruled by sin might be done away with, that we should no longer be slaves to sin. Now, your old self is your identity in this area of life. It's the conversation in your head when you look in the mirror and you see that gut, or right after you eat something you shouldn't have. For you, it might sound something like, man, like I'm just a fat POS. Or might sound something like I am just undisciplined in this one area of life. It's one area of life I haven't been able to figure out. It might sound like, dang, I'm lazy. It might sound like I'm a sweet tooth. And Romans 6:6 says that if we crucify our old selves, if we change our identity in this area of life, our bodies, our unhealthy, overweight bodies, ruled by sin, ruled by gluttony, sloth, and overindulgence, might be done away with. Our unhealthy, overweight bodies that are ruled by sin, that are ruled by gluttony, sloth, and overindulgence, might be done away with. Okay? And so the first thing we do is give you our default actions installation system. It's a video module course that teaches you the practical biblical truths to change your identity in this area of life so that you can change your unhealthy default actions, which will allow you to lose the weight and keep it off for good. So that's the first thing we do. Okay, the default actions biblical framework. The second thing we do is the custom training protocol. So you have an exact plan for the exact workouts to build functional strength and see the fastest physical changes in the mirror with a plan that actually fits into your work and your family priorities. For example, Carlos, who is a father who actually just had a newborn and a Christian business owner, he's showing here some of the progression in his workouts where now he hit a PR. He's using the 85-pound dumbbells, hitting them for 7 reps. Here's him updating us on his body fat percentage. I started this program 4 months ago at 31% body fat. And within 4 months, he goes from 31% body fat to 15.9% body fat. And this is another update where he mentions that, again, started at that 30% body fat-ish mark, and now he is at 12% body fat. You can see his delts popping, abs starting to show through, and bicep veins coming in. Andre as well, who's a Christian entrepreneur who owns multiple businesses, including a tech startup. He says, in the past 2 weeks, I've lost 10 pounds while eating my favorite foods like Shake Shack, ice cream sandwiches, pizza, baklava, and only working out 3 to 4 times a week. He says, I've tried 75 hard, keto, and running 1 mile per day for almost a year straight, but nothing has worked as well as the Default Kings program so far. And it is not even close. Okay, so we're going to give you that totally custom training protocol to allow you to, yes, lose the fat, but build muscle at the same time so you can see physical changes in the mirror and decrease your body fat percentage, like Carlos, okay? The third thing is we'll give you our Easy Lean Eating System. This is the daily structure for how much of what foods to eat and how to do that as sustainably and as enjoyably as possible so you can lose the fat without starving yourself or having to miss out on family dinners, date nights with the wife, or movie nights with the kids. This is not keto. This is not intermittent fasting. This is not Weight Watchers or any of the other unsustainable methods that you've probably tried before. This is teaching you how to lose fat and build a healthy lifestyle so it's sustainable long term. Like Jennings here, who is using the burger recipe that we teach for this amazing burger that's high in protein, low calorie, and looks delicious. Like Matt, who is making the Default Kings homemade pizza. Like Jonathan, who is actually just at a restaurant celebrating International Burger Day. And this is the guy who, again, lost 66 pounds eating abs for the first time. Here's a little quick screenshot of our restaurant guide, which is a list of 100 of the top grossing restaurants in the United States, excluding Hooters because Hooters doesn't align with our values, and what you're supposed to order at those restaurants to make it as easy as possible to stay lean even when you're eating out. You'll have our grocery list. You'll have our cookbook with 300 plus recipes like our wings and our pizza that have made us somewhat infamous on Twitter. You'll see our quick shopping guide, and you'll see our restaurant guide as well. And again, these are things that are allowing me to still go on date nights with my girlfriend while maintaining under 15% body fat year round. So the daily structure and how to make it a sustainable lifestyle. The next thing we do is give you the Default Kings private fitness app. This is the structure to follow and the resource that our coaching team uses to keep you accountable and ensure your progress. So this is just a screenshot of one of our clients' calendars where you see their exact schedule laid out for them. Excuse me. And you see them losing weight here, weighing in consistently, 175 pounds here this week, 174 that week, 172 the next week. You'll have your daily nutrition guidance, and you'll have your workouts shown out for you here. And this is, again, a screenshot of one of my clients, Nick, and he's rating it here, and he's completing it, the sets, the reps, the rest time, anything you can think to remove the guesswork so you're confident when you go into the gym that what you're doing is actually going to be the best use of your time. And for Nick, what that meant was he went from 208 to 170, so down about 38 pounds. And this is within a January, February, March, April, October, November, and within an 8 month difference, he lost 38 pounds. So really good stuff there for Nick. But again, tracking that, managing that, and being held accountable to that in the Default Kings fitness app. Now, the next thing we do is give you the Lean Body Masterclass so that you learn how to keep progressing over time, because the future you will be able to take current you's lunch money, okay? And so you'll need to know how to continue progressing in workouts and nutrition over the course of your life as you keep improving at this. Okay, so you can keep dialing things in. So here's a quick screenshot of just one of the sections in there, the nutrition section that teaches you what you need to know. And then, for example, guys have gone through this and become fitness coaches after doing it. That's what it teaches you how to do, how to continue progressing continually. Like our guys here who they actually, again, became fitness coaches on their own. Nathan lost about 70 pounds in total, and you see him abs starting to show through, and he's taking on clients of his own. And then Matt started the John 5 movement, which is a Christian fitness coaching company as well, actually. And again, like this is not everybody's goal to become fitness coaches on their own. But what I'm telling you is the Lean Body Masterclass teaches you how to dial things in. It removes all of the guesswork. So that's what that does there. You'll also be invited into the Default Kings Inner Circle accountability group. And this is where iron sharpens iron. This is a community where you'll be able to connect with other Christian entrepreneurs and high-level professionals for accountability. And I had just endless pictures I could have put in this to demonstrate how awesome it is, but I couldn't fit all of them in here. Here's me and Mike, who is 50, lost about 35 pounds, completing a little sit-up contest. Yes, we won. Us and a few of the guys praying together, us and a few of the guys doing jiu-jitsu together, us and a few of the guys at church, us and a few of the guys doing an outdoor workout, us and a few of the guys doing another outdoor workout, ice baths. But this is going to be the private accountability group that you have access to where iron sharpens iron. You'll also be invited into the Default Kings Inner Circle group coaching calls. This is where we give you direct feedback from Joey and myself to see the fastest results and where you can connect with other men in the group to motivate each other and encourage each other. We have an iron sharpens iron call that goes over the psychological and spiritual truths that help you become consistent. We have a training tactics call that you can use to help, like Jonathan here was using to dial in his form on an exercise so that he progresses faster physically. The nutrition strategies call, where you're able to dial in your nutrition so you're losing fat and improving your body composition and metabolism as fast as possible. We have a Bible study. We have office hours for Q&A for anything you might need so that you're seeing those results and getting the fastest feedback. And then we have the DK Accelerator call that you have access to. That's just going to act as, being able to, number one, get the direct feedback so you see the fastest results, but also continue to get that accountability, right? But anyway, the big principle here is that Matthew 18:19 says, "Again, truly I tell you that if two of you on earth agree about anything they ask for, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven. This is a group of men who will come into agreement with you about what God can do in this area of your life." Okay, now you'll also have our private VIP coaching group chat. It's a private group chat one-on-one with you, me, Joey, and your client success specialist, who will be in a private group chat there to answer your questions and hold you accountable and help you strategize to see the best results, right? Proverbs 24:6 says, "Surely you need guidance to wage war, and victory is won through many advisors. In this setting, we are your council of trusted advisors in this area of your life." Okay, so you have unlimited one-on-one coaching calls with the client success specialist as well to guarantee your success. And for example, like Drew is somebody who's been with us for a while, again, down over 119 pounds total now. This graphic was put together when he was down 116 pounds. But we're his council of trusted advisors in this area of life. The same way we have this for business, we apply it to our fitness. Now, your one-on-one client success specialist is going to be an expert that you get from the DK team, whose entire 9-to-5 job and priorities is to wake up in the morning, open your profile in the app, and hold you accountable, make sure you're progressing, answer your questions, and help you lose fat and build muscle and learn how to do that consistently. Your client success specialist is going to be Coach Chris Cummings. He's a certified strength and conditioning specialist, studied kinesiology, and he is the man behind the day-to-day of all the clients who are seeing the amazing results that you've seen Default Kings produce. So, for example, Chris Robinette here is just sharing some love for his client success specialist. Started working with the guys a few weeks ago, and with my client success specialist, had my mindset stuck around getting below 230 since 2006. He finally broke past that. He said that his client success specialist helped him unpack some head trash and some tangible markets back in my life that I had been blowing off to chase the goals I really wanted, which were to live a long and healthy life free from disease and pain. This breakthrough right here is the first step of many to getting down to an ideal weight with an ideal workout routine. And Chris is somebody who actually owns a financial planning practice in Nashville. But sharing some love for his client success specialist there. And then you'll also have unlimited calls with your client success specialist, just because your situation is unique and we want to be able to guarantee your success no matter what comes up, no matter what happens in life. For example, Daniel is somebody who used this quite a bit because he was focused on body recomposition. He wanted to really lose fat and build muscle. You can see here he's much leaner, but also much bigger. And so he was strategizing with his client success specialist about that. And then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we're setting up systems to sustain your progress and so that you can continue improving. Because at this point, you're going to be at your goal body weight and the goalposts will shift. They'll keep moving. You'll go from wanting to just not be fat to wanting to be lean, healthy, muscular, ripped, to start seeing abs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we'll help you make sure the systems are in place and the strategy is clear for you to achieve your dream body and optimize your health. For example, Tom, I made this post about how he lost 53 pounds in his 7 months working with us at 58 years old. 53 pounds in 7 months, 58 years old. And he commented this after I posted this up. And it says, but how is Tom in the 7 months since then? So we worked with him for 7 months, but this is 7 months later. He says, especially after a holiday season where he would occasionally indulge. He said, well, today he weighed in at a pound less than when he did in that video. Losing weight is great, but learning how to change your habits so it stays off is even better. So he's been able to sustain that, even lost an extra pound even after working with us. So that's what we're going to actually do to help you see results, and what we do to help all of our clients see the results like this. For case studies, I can just show you. And if you want to see this for yourself, go to defaultkings.com. But there are a ton of interviews here, and I can scroll on this, for some time if I wanted, I guess. But results like these. Okay. More. And I need to get back to my tab now to continue this presentation. But if you want to validate this firsthand for yourself, then just go to our Default Kings YouTube channel and you can hear it directly from people who have actually gone through the program, like Jonathan, who lost 30 pounds in 3 months. You don't have to take it from us, take it from them. Okay. Again, that's at the Default Kings YouTube channel. Now, onward. How do you get started? What you do is you click the button below this video and answer some questions about your goals and situation. And you pick a time to chat with our team about how to break past the body weight you're stuck with right now, or the yo-yo cycle that you're stuck in right now. The chat is totally free, and you'll either speak with me or one of the other experts on my team. And worst case scenario, we send you away with a bunch of free guidance on how to reach your goal. Best case scenario, we start implementing right away. So if you want to lose 10 to 50 pounds or more and learn the biblical principles to finally being consistent so you can actually keep it off, pick the soonest available call slot and make sure to be ready on Zoom in a quiet room, and make sure to show up on time, because our time is absolutely valuable and so is yours. And these slots are reserved for people who are actually serious and actually want to lose the weight and keep it off. So click the button that's below this video, pick the next easiest time, and we will chat with you soon.